It's 4 p.m. May 27, 2017. This is Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I am a Blu-ray Twin Flame, and I'm going to do a read for the masculine today again. The energies have shifted a lot this week. A lot of heaviness yesterday and today. I'm doing pretty well. I'm going to touch on a few things and my mail stuff, and then I'm going to tell you about my read. I do want to stress that this is a general reading, and all the twins are in different places right now. There's a group of twins who have been going through this for years now, who are close to their union, and this may apply to them more. I don't know, so if it doesn't resonate with you, please take it for what it is. If you are just finding out in the past 6 months or 9 months or so that you are a twin flame or what a twin flame is, this may not resonate with you, but if you want information, please let me know. I am doing coaching. I am doing Reiki healing and activations, and tarot card reads and numerology. So if you need help, just check out my website below. My email is below as well. But otherwise, these are the energies I'm picking up on today. First, I wanted to tell you the song of the day. Again, as I was laying down the cards for my twin this morning, this song came to me. It's not a song I ever listen to or think of, but it came right through this morning, and that is My Love Does It Good by Paul McCartney and Wings. And when I looked up to read the words, the quote that was on the tag of the video was the verse, "Only my love holds the other key to me. Oh, my love," basically, "only my love does it good to me." And I had done really well. I know a lot of people were purging a lot yesterday and today, and I did feel it coming up. I haven't gone to any major extremes, but when I listened to the words of this song, I did tear up a bit, for sure, the first verse. Yesterday, I got a little bit riled up in a group session. Nothing negative. I wasn't angry, but I felt that masculine side of me really coming in. And then this morning, definitely going more to the feminine side again. It's a more emotional day, and I'm feeling the stress. I actually had a group session yesterday and a different group session today, and they're totally different feelings. And I feel more negative energies today. Yesterday was much more of a positive feeling for me, but still good. I'm holding up pretty well. I had trouble waking up this morning, which is not usual for me. I wanted to sleep more. And actually now I still feel like I could go back and take a nap, which I don't usually feel like doing. So those are some of the energies. There's some theft in the air. We had some credit card theft this morning, and I wanted to bring it up because it was an Uber theft, and my daughter actually got some feedback from that account showing the communications with it. Looked like a Russian language. But I also wanted to bring up that a Mercedes was brought up in that email, because I also met with Mercedes today. So there's something about Mercedes. If that means something to someone, please comment below, because Mercedes is coming up quite a few times today. So theft, Mercedes. Definitely the feminine energies today. And my mail headings this morning were Bear All, Time is Running Out on Memorial Day. Out with the old, in with the nude. And then Shoes on Sale and in your size. So I took that as, only when you walk in someone's shoes, they're on sale and in your size. So it's custom made for you this weekend. He can leave her already. We're running out of time. And love, love, love. So those are my mail headings for the day. And then I just wanted to touch on, again, the difference in the waves of twins coming in. Just as an example, this time last year for me was completely different than it is right now. Last year, it's May 27th, I had sent a My Truth email to my twin early April, and had been seeing him once to twice a week since that prior July. But after my truth email, I didn't see him for over a month and a half. And around now is when actually I think it was June 1st. It was the first time I went back to see him after that first separation. And then I also left my job May 31st. Last year was the last day of my job. So big differences. I had only found out what a twin flame was that last February, so I had barely connected with anyone by April and May. I think I spoke to Patricia McNeely at that point, and maybe somebody else, but I still was very confused and didn't understand what to do for myself. Was purging a lot, and that was just the beginning of it. So I know it was very hard for the group I was going with it was really hard through August 8th, Lionsgate, and then was starting to get a little bit better by September 9th. And then after September 9th, it was definitely, work. It was still confusing, and you still didn't understand why you weren't in union yet, all through the end of last year. But since January, it's definitely been a push forward. And the energies may be different for the new twins coming in because the energies are different. Last year was a 9-year, this is a 1-year, so it's all new for everybody. So I don't know what the newer twins are going to experience this year. But I'm just giving you an example of where I was at a year ago. So I've done a lot of inner work, a lot of shadow work, a lot of purging. I mean, I cried almost every day for a year. So, and that was starting before that, probably like October of 15 to the end of this past year. So it's only the past couple months that I've really balanced out again, and we've done a lot of work. So I don't want anyone felt left behind, or that someone feels that they're better than someone else. That's not the point. It's just we're all coming into union in different waves, and we've been awakened at different times. So none of us know exactly what's going to happen, and everybody's coming together is different. Some people are seeing their twin all the time, and some people haven't seen them at all. So it just is what it is, and it's all good. So now to my read. And before I start the read too, I want to say too that the dynamic from me and my twin has changed as well. You go through the just knowing them and not understanding what you're going through, and they're attached to someone else, and then you get rejected, and you're going through those emotions of being rejected and feeling the energy of them sleeping with whoever they're sleeping with, whether it's their wife or girlfriend, whatever it is, whatever the situation is, and then feeling traumatized by that energy because it's such an invasive energy when you feel like you feel sexual energy from the person you're in love with who's actually sleeping with somebody else. So as you all are experiencing or imagining, that's probably the most traumatic part of it for me, not understanding why someone else doesn't care about the pain I'm going through. I mean, it really is, in a sense, a feeling of feeling raped, in a sense. I wouldn't compare it to that exactly, but that's the feeling that you get from it, the energies, because you have no control over it. Until you make peace with it and realize the things that you can do with this energy for good, for helping people, and that it's not your twin's fault that they had to reject you if they're in a committed relationship, even if they were flirting with you and giving you the wrong idea. And then not being able to believe what you're telling them as far as this energetic connection that you have and telepathy that you have with them, especially if they're not receiving it, or just denying that they are, because it goes against everything that they believe in or were taught, or or would then exclude them from the groups that they're in now because the other people don't believe in that kind of thing. So, there's a lot of things that go into this dynamic, and it takes a lot to sort through all of those thoughts and feelings and understanding of yourself and your twin in the situation. So, I'm at a good place, just like any relationship too. When you go through a breakup, it's going through those feelings of rejection and learning how to love yourself. They're all lessons about how to go deeper into loving yourself and accepting yourself and forgiving in a situation and allowing. And learning how to just allow yourself to receive, and how allowing actually gets you so much further than control and trying to force any situation, whether it be work or relationships, no matter what the situation is. Allowing. And that's why the meditation and the slowing down teaches you these lessons. Okay. So the cards that I did for the Divine Masculine, and I want to repeat too, I have been getting the Fool and the Tower a lot for the Divine Masculine this week. They're not overly positive energies on their end. I know they're going through a lot of stuff. There's endings going on. It could be just, breakdowns and endings, divorces, them taking a leap of faith, their freedom. So that's been coming up, not necessarily, specifically to this read, but in general, that's been coming up a lot this week. So I'm going to show you the cards individually. This computer screen won't allow you to see the cards well. So I put the main cards on the tag screen, and then I'm going to show you the read as we talk about it, okay? So we'll start with the central issue. So this is the central issue for the Divine Masculine today. So it's about fighting, petty quarreling, competition, and the clarification to that is the Four of Swords reversed. Okay? So to me, this is that either they're up at night fighting, or that they're definitely awake in the situation and fighting about that, or even just rising above the situation of people wanting to fight and compete. Okay? But either way, it's conflict. The underlying energies in the different decks I used, two devils and the Knight of Wands, perseverance, and then this could be the one in the Romance Angels, and I'll go over them again when I come to them. But it's definitely about the codependency and letting go of all of that. Yeah, and there's a lot of passion behind it too. The Knight of Wands came up in the clarifications as well. The bottom of the main deck for the read is the Knight of Wands. Okay, and that was clarified by the Four of Cups. So this is the masculine wanting the big love. They want the big love. They're coming in. See, with passion. We have the challenge is the Nine of Cups, and the clarification cards for this are the King of Cups reversed, the World, and the Ten of Wands reversed. So, usually the Nine of Cups is a very positive card. It's a get your wish card. It's 9 cups, which is of loving service. It's also satisfaction, so he could be out drinking, especially with the King of Cups reversed. I see some substance abuse there, or just being over emotional, not being able to function right. But then we have the World, which is the completion of a cycle. So maybe there was endings and he's having a drink or being over emotional because of that. But in the same read, they're dropping all their burdens, which is good because that's what they needed to do. And even though drinking may not be the best way to do this. It's a way of getting the masculine to stop their monkey mind, because they're so busy all the time thinking they won't feel messages coming through. And in drinking, it forces them to slow down and stop their mind so that messages can come through. Okay? So this is their challenge, you know. They have all this conflict going on, and it's a challenge to find this harmony and satisfaction. And just satisfaction from service too. This is about, you know, helping people. 9 is the number of universal selflessness and helping others. So he might find it challenging to be his positive self as he is at work, helping other people, when all of this conflict is going on in his life and in his mind, if it's keeping him up at night. The foundation is the 4 of Swords, clarified by the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. They're both reversed. So the 4 of Cups usually indicates rest, meditation. Okay, and I mean, it could be death if it was next to those types of cards, but here it's really really reflects meditation and understanding the situation, because there's 2 3s here. It's a triangle, a third party situation at work and then his social life. There could be some gossip going on too that's negative. And the masculine's trying to figure out how to deal with this situation. So either just trying to get some rest or hide, or meditate and figure out, you know, how to help himself. And 3s are about communication, so it's negative communication because they're reversed. Not going forth with whatever he might have been wanting to start some grand project, whether it be a new home or a business or whatever it was. That's delayed. And any celebrations are delayed because of this situation. Okay. Okay, the recent past is the Tower, and there are 2 separate clarifications. One is the 6 of Cups. Okay? And the other grouping is the Hermit reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay? So you know, the clarification cards speak about what's happening in the situation that leads into the card that we're talking about. So we're talking about, it's either over isolating. It can also be someone who's not seeing the light, or it could be a Virgo who's obsessing and over isolating. But there's also the Ace of Pentacles, which indicates a beautiful new beginning. I mean, it's really in the traditional tarot, it's about complete contentment when you have the Ace of Pentacles. But it could be also the masculine obsessing about money because of their children, because of the twin relationship, feeling maybe what he is or has isn't good enough for the relationship, what he thinks his feminine expects from him. But either way, it is a Tower moment. This has been coming up a lot, and this is in the recent past, so it's already done. But it's bringing up the need for a new practical beginning with the twins, with the children. Then we have this is the present situation in their head and heart is the Six of Swords, which can indicate travel, or any kind of movement forward across water, or just thoughts-wise, moving to calmer waters. And that's clarified by the Two of Cups reversed. So this is talking about the end of a relationship and moving away from it. And still having a few of those thoughts with you about it, but still good, moving away from it. And that's a 6. And that actually sits next to, on the table, next to the outcome card, which is the Fool, which is taking a leap of faith. So moving away from the breakup of some kind of relationship, whether it be in love or business, and taking a leap of faith and freedom. The Fool is freedom. And the Fool is actually taking a leap of faith toward the Six of Swords, which is continuing to go in that same direction. Then we have the near future is the Six of Wands. And there's 2 sets of clarifications for this. We have the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands. So that's good news for the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands coming in. And again, that was at the underlying energies with the Devil was the Knight of Wands also. So he definitely is feeling passionate and wanting to come in about secrets, or specifically for the feminine. And the other set is the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So this could be about the Queen of Pentacles, who is upright, either her not working, not moving forward, or that it's describing her as being lazy. Okay? Maybe the masculine sees the feminine as being lazy because he's not seeing movement forward, but still feeling passionate about her. And I really also feel that this is the outcome Fool was clarified. There's several cards, but the first card that came out by itself was the Six of Wands reversed. So, and something in conjunction with a read I had yesterday is him not needing the attention anymore, really understanding the difference between love and attention, and that in the near future this Six of Wands is coming out upright as good news, but also as possibly wanting to give the feminine attention, wanting to come in and give that attention. And the clarification cards for this would support that, because we have the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess. So him wanting to come in and talk to the priestess, or be passionate. And then, so it's really representing the feminine in her 2 aspects, in her High Priestess self and her Queen of Pentacles self. They're both upright. It's just the King of Pentacles is reversed, so she's seen as not moving forward. Or maybe not being practical. Maybe he's worried that he needs to help her out. But either way, he wants to give her attention as opposed to him needing attention. That's what I'm getting from this. Before I break up, the way I'm not going to pull these cards up because the way they're sitting on the table, there's a bunch of clarification cards, and it's pretty amazing the way those cards came out. The card that represents how the masculine is seeing himself is actually the Queen of Wands, which I actually see for the masculine a lot. It also can represent their other. It could represent the feminine as well, being in their energy, and and what's in their environment is the King of Pentacles. So the way the clarification cards have come out on the table, it's like the masculine is seeing himself as the feminine energy right now, but in a passionate way. And actually the Queen of Wands has much more personality than the King of Wands. They're both very fiery and represent the fire signs, but the Queen is more magnanimous. So he's seeing himself that way in his feminine self. And what's around him is the King of Pentacles, so that could represent himself, his business side. It could also represent someone in his environment, a partner or a relative or a father even, although no, it could be, but I would see that more as the Emperor coming in. But either way, there's a lot of court cards going on in this clarification. So we have the Queen of Wands and we have the King of Pentacles sitting side by side, and they're looking toward each other. Okay? So not only is the Queen of Wands representative of how he's seeing himself, but because of the way they're sitting together, it's representing their situation, his marriage or his relationship. And the clarification cards for the Queen of Wands is the Death card and the Queen of Wands reversed, which usually represents a pissed off fire sign female, and transformation or death could be, and it could be the death of someone, it could be the end of a relationship with this person. The way I'm seeing it, I don't see a death because the Queen of Wands is upright. That's the card that these two are clarifying. Okay, but it could be, if you see the Death card, it could be the death of someone. But I see this as the death of this relationship because she's pissed. Or she's just not in her, she's not in her power. Okay? So the King of Pentacles looking at her is clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So it's him trying to, get out of Dodge. She's trying to get away with something. But it's about love. It's about a new love. Or it's about loving himself first. So whatever he's doing here is in the name of love. Okay? And when you see the cards clarifying in between these two that I did, it looks like a court case. It's not going to apply in every situation. But there are more court cards in between. There is the King of Swords reversed. And then that Five of Wands reversed. And then presiding over that is the King of Pentacles. So that could be a judge. And then the King of Swords reversed could be like a nasty lawyer. And then the fighting reversed. So stopping the fighting. I mean, they're sitting next to each other, kind of looking at each other. And then this is all going on in between them, like they're mediators. So it's definitely like a court situation. It could be something similar to that. Could just be family presiding over an argument as well, but it's about these people mediating a fight, and some nasty words, and the King of Pentacles. Excuse me, I'm talking here. Thank you. So, sorry, that was just my son talking to my daughter. So there's some kind of mediating going on here between the couple. And this could be, if you're with your twin, it could be between you and your twin too, something going on as far as conflict. That someone else is stepping in and mediating. We have, again, a King of Swords reversed, and then the person on top presiding is the King of Pentacles. So it could be another earth sign, because there's the Divine Masculine's being represented as the King of Pentacles, and then there's a presiding person who's also the King of Pentacles. So it could be him being the calm one in the situation and presiding, or it could be actually a separate earth sign who's presiding over this situation, and then this nasty King of Swords in reverse, who's maybe it's just not his power. It doesn't have to be nasty, but usually an air sign is going to use their words to hurt. if they're reversed. But it's the end of the fighting, so that's good. And then we have the hopes and fears is the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Hangman reversed. So this is him woken up, him receiving the light, him not waiting around anymore. He's not in hanging mode anymore. Ten of Cups is the end of an emotional cycle. It's also fulfillment emotionally, and it's his hopes and fears. So it's about him being awake to what it means to have emotional fulfillment. And that's what he's hoping for, which is really nice. And then the outcome card, as I said here, is the Fool. He's free. He's ready to take a leap of faith. Okay, it's clarified by the Six of Wands reversed. So maybe he got some bad news prior to this, and that's why he left. But it's also accentuating what I was talking about before as far as not needing attention anymore, that's not important. It's the love that's important, not the attention. I also got these other three cards. All right, we had the Star card came out first, the King of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands. So, you know, he's heading toward these cards as the Fool. He's taking a leap of faith in his dreams. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. In his dreams. Okay. And regarding an offer of love and a brand new passionate beginning. Could be a creative beginning as well. But this is a really beautiful combination because you have love, passion, and the major arcana for dreams coming true. So he's the Fool taking a leap of faith, and this is describing what he's taking a leap toward. Okay. The the Tarot Sexual Magic cards clarifying this read were the Emperor, and again the Nine of Cups. This card here is the Nine of Cups, the same. It's, you know, different picture. So but still the Get Your Wish card. So two of them came up, and then the Emperor is showing that the Divine Masculine's on his own. This is confirming that he is on his own and getting his wish here. Okay. And then in the numerology deck, what came up was Patience. Number 2. 2 is feminine energy, and it's orange, having to do with the sacral chakra. And this is more of a bright orange. It's really sacral chakra oriented, you know, that creativity and sexual energy, which have been coming up as well. So number 2, the number of feminine energy it's about seeing both sides of the situation and creativity and being softer, more emotional. The High Priestess is a 2, you know, everything feminine, intuition. The bottom of the deck here was Perseverance. So the Divine Masculine needs patience and perseverance. And perseverance is green, which is physical health, which I know they have to focus on their physical health because it's been coming up a lot. And then it's 4, which is structure and stability. So not giving up, to have that structure and stability. And it's a safe, you know, 4 is like the root chakra. It's very safety and security oriented. But perseverance. The romance angels, the bottom of the deck was, this could be the one. And the card that came out was flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay, and this could be the one says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So he's free and he needs to flirt, apparently. But this could be the one. So again, and patience came up, so that's, advice to the feminine too. Even if the masculines have ended relationships, they're going to need, their own time too to self-love and figure out what's best for them. So we need to be patient as well. I pulled from the Ascension deck, Kuan Yin. I'm going to read you that. Kuan Yin is 43. That's a 7, which is spirituality. It's the calm before the storm. It's the number of psychologists. Actually, babies were put into the priesthood under number 7. And Kuan Yin is about your inner child. So Kuan Yin is the master of the 12th ray of unconditional love. She radiates a vibrant, cerise pink light of divine feminine energy, love, and compassion. Kuan Yin is re-empowering women everywhere and bringing forward feminine wisdom in men. So this is reiterating that the feminine energies are up now on both in the masculine anyway. But I'm feeling it as well today. She's inviting you to develop your divine feminine qualities, including your healing abilities. Find ways to nurture and empower others and yourself. Give yourself permission to go with the flow and share with everyone for the highest good. This will subtly affect your stellar gateway chakra and build the Antakarana bridge to source. And the affirmation is, I act from my divine feminine wisdom. So that's the energy for today, 43. And 43 in the Tara is the 3 of Cups. So it's about celebration and coming together and expressing yourself innocently, being authentic. In case you're interested, the bottom of that deck is Lord Maitreya. Okay. And that one says, I connect with the Great White Brotherhood and radiate pure white light today. It's about purity of thought, word, and deed. And to be that example. In the past life deck, the Divine Masculine received trust and faith. Okay. So it really is just about trusting that the universe has your back, to have faith and surrender. Surrender is that constant reminder too. That's been coming up a lot for the masculine as well. To trust and allow to receive, allow love to come into your life, allow your knowing of what you're going through, that everything is going to be fine if you allow. If you don't try to control, you don't try to force the situation, you just allow it to unfold naturally. The universe is trying to do that for you. If you allow this to happen, then divine intervention doesn't necessarily have to occur. If you follow your instincts, your intuition, that's why meditation is so helpful. But any which way, grounding yourself, drinking a lot of water is grounding, being outside in nature is grounding, with animals, anything having to do with nature. People like to use crystals and salt baths, things like that. But really, it just takes being out in nature, resting, drinking a lot of water, and meditation, if that's what you want to do. Deep breathing. Just every once in a while, take a few deep breaths. And if you want to get into it quickly, hold your breath, because it'll drop your heart rate right away if you hold your breath for a minute or two. The bottom of the deck came out forgiveness. Okay, two beautiful birds. Okay, so that's the underlying energy is of forgiveness. I'm sure the masculine has some forgiveness they need to give others as well as give to the feminine, or receive, or both ways actually. Forgive themselves, forgive others, and say they're sorry to others. And have trust and faith. And then for the journey of love, the card pulled is the Void. Okay, that's number 40. And 40 is a 4, which is, again, is of structure, stability. It's about building also. But staying in the void, staying, in that calm place. Stability, in your stability. The void in balance. Staying present in joy is the void. The vortex, they're all the same. Staying in your now moment. So it's reminding the masculine, stay in the void. Don't look forward, don't look back. Stay present in joy. Find your joy. I'm going to read that to you too. The bottom of the deck is Heart of God, which is number 9. And and Towering Magnificence is underneath if you're interested. So Heart of God, 9. 9 is, again, of endings and universal selflessness, so that came up a couple times. Heart of God. So the Void reads, at the ending of every cycle and the beginning of every cycle, there is a moment of transition. It may last for any amount of time. A moment of feeling, or many years of deep inner work whilst feeling displaced. The transition may require patience to endure the absence of knowing, the lack of certainty about who you are and why you're here on this planet. A void may open up between one moment of meeting with your lover and the seemingly endless stretch of time, even if it's only days, that seem as though they are eternal in duration, as you wait to reconnect again. Yet if you can accept that entry into the cosmic void as preparation for your next cycle of manifestation, if you can accept that darkness is holding you with love, not with unfeelingness, then you can relax and let the preparation be what it must be. Then you can be well equipped for the next steps forward on your glorious divine adventure this lifetime, meeting the beloved, whether divine or human lover, in a fresh new moment, excited, open, and curious always. This oracle brings you guidance. There are parts of your own process unfolding that you simply cannot know about yet. It will not always be this way, but for now, it is most helpful for you to only deal with what is immediately before you. All else will be shown when the time is right. There's growing to be done, and then the void will bring forth the next step on your path to meet you. You do not have to worry, and you do not have to search. Be present. Be patient, which both came up. When you can do something, do it. When you cannot, just be. Your time will soon come. If you're holding a question about relationship, surrender it into the void and let it become what it must be according to spiritual wisdom and love. And the poem reads, a coming together, a blending of one, where understanding spans the space between and separation disappears to form anew. A coming together, a blending of one, where understanding spans the space between and separation disappears to form anew. Okay. So, stay present, enjoy, love yourself first, enjoy the journey as much as you can. If you're just starting out, I know how hard that is. We've all been through it. Thank you so much for all your likes, subscribes, shares, and your comments. No matter what they are, it's all good. Please comment below. I look forward to reading your comments. And again, my email, my website are below if you should need anything. If you should need some coaching, counseling, if you want to read. The activations and healing. I am a Reiki Master, a spontaneous channel. numerologist and I read cards. I have a medical background. So if you need anything, just send me an email. And I'll be coming out with my CD soon, which has healing qualities. My third energy is attached. 7 of the songs were written while I had my third energy, and I channel when I write anyway. I've always been that way. So my CD will be coming out soon. I'm still working out the final little kinks, but it should be out in a few weeks. It's called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. So if you can help me out on that and be of support, anything would be greatly appreciated. Much love to everyone. Have an amazing week. I know the energies are a little tough this weekend, but it's good. It's all good, and we're moving forward. So make your new moon intentions very positive. Harmonious union to all twin flames. And so it is. Namaste, everyone.